Hi guys, today we're going to take a look, we're going to start our work with solving a system of equations. We're going to start off the easy way, it's graphically. Again, let's define what a system of equations is. A system of equations is defined as a collection of two or more equations with the same set of unknowns. So that means that the solution to a system of equations is any points of intersection the graphs may have. So in lesson 4.2, we're going to solve systems of equations graphically. Basically what that means is we're going to graph both equations on top of each other, and if there happens to be a point of intersection, then that point of intersection is considered to be the solution to that system. And you list that solution as an ordered pair in this form, parenthesis x comma y. So let's look at this first one here. In both equations, y is not by itself. So first let's work on getting y by itself. We would add 8x to both sides here. And we'd get 4y equals 8x plus 4. Now dividing each little piece by 4 to finish getting that y by itself, you end up with y equals 8x divided by 4 is 2x, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. This equation has a slope of 2, which is the same as 2 over 1, and a y-intercept of 1. Label your x and y axis if they're not labeled already. And then go ahead and graph your line. It's got a y-intercept of 1, so that's right here, and a slope of 2, or 2 over 1. It's a positive slope, so it's got to go uphill, so I'm going to go up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. And especially when you're solving systems, you want to go the whole length of the graph paper, because you never know when your two lines are going to intersect or what part of the grid that's going to happen. So you want to make sure you go the whole length of the grid paper. So now down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, and you're going to connect those very carefully with your ruler. Of course, when you take your Regents exam, I will provide you with a ruler. You're going to put arrows on the end. And very important when you're solving a system, guys, you got to label your equation so the person grading your Regents knows which line is which. So this is the equation 4x minus, 4y minus 8x is equal to 4. I'm going to erase that just for now because it's difficult to write. Oh. Oh, well, it doesn't want to erase. Alright, it's not going to cooperate with me. But that's our first equation. Now we've got to plot the second one. Okay, so to get that y by itself for the second one, we first have to do minus x to both sides. That leaves you with not y, but negative y equals negative x and a plus 5. So to get y really by itself, you still have to divide each little piece by what's in front of that y, which is negative 1. And you end up with y equals 1x minus 5. That one has a slope of 1, or 1 over 1, and a y-intercept of negative 5. So I'm going to plot my y-intercept first at negative 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. And this one has a negative or a positive 1 slope. so it's going to go uphill, up 1 over 1. So right there. You guys will have a much easier time doing this on your paper with your pencil. So it's going to go like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down this way. Looks like it's going to intersect at the very bottom, which is a testament to why I said make sure you go the whole length of your grid. Oh, we're getting closer to the intersection point. Looks like it happens right here. And then this continues out the other side. Okay, so you can circle your intersection point, it's right there, but then of course you're going to take your ruler and connect your dots, arrows on the end, and label. This is x minus y equals 5. So now you've graphed it, but guess what? You haven't answered the question yet. The question says solve the system of equations. So the solution is the ordered pair that where the two lines intersect. So if I count, this is to the left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this ordered. Okay, we'll do one more together, and then we'll practice this a little bit next class. And then we're going to move into the harder part of the unit where we're going to have to solve these algebraically, not using your graph, but using algebra. But let's take a look at this system. Here, to get y by itself, I'd have to subtract 4x from both sides, leaving me with not 2y. Be careful, that minus becomes a negative in front of the 2y. Negative 2y equals negative 4x plus 10. To complete getting the y by itself, you would divide every little piece by negative 2 and end up with y equals negative 4x divided by negative 2 is positive 2x. Positive 10 divided by negative 2 is negative 5. Here you have a slope of positive 2, or 2 over 1. You have a y-intercept of negative 5. Label your x and y axis. Plot your y-intercept at negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. And you're going to go up 2 over 1 in the direction that makes your line go uphill, because the slope here is positive. Do my best to connect those even though I don't have a ruler. That was pretty good. And label the line. This is 4x minus 2y equals 10. Alright, to get the y by itself in the second one, we would have to subtract 20x from both sides. And you end up with 10y equals negative 20x minus 10. Now dividing each little piece by positive 10, you end up with y equals negative 20x divided by 10 is negative 2x. And negative 10 divided by 10 is negative 1. This has a slope of negative 2, or negative 2 over 1, and a y-intercept of negative 1. Many of you may be thinking, oh, I bet these lines are going to be perpendicular. But be careful, the slope of the first one is positive 2 over 1. The slope of the second one is negative 2 over 1. Although they're opposites, they're not reciprocals. So these actually will intersect, but they will not be perpendicular. I'm going to plot my y-intercept at negative 1, and this time I'm going to go up 2 but over to the left one, because this one has a negative slope. Well, there's my intersection point, but I'm going to continue my line, because if they ask you to solve graphically, well, you haven't done that completely until you've graphed both lines and labeled both. This is 10y plus 20x equals negative 10. And here's your solution right here. It's to the right 1 and down 3, so your solution is 1, negative 3. And again, you can check your work. Here x is 1 and y is negative 3. In the first equation, that would give you 4 times 1 minus 2 times negative 3 equals 10. You'd get 4 plus 6 equals 10, and you'd get 10 equals 10, and it checks. You should also check it in the second equation. 10y plus 20x equals negative 10. So 10y would be 10 times negative 3. Plus 20x would be plus 20 times 1. It should be equal to negative 10. You get negative 30 plus 20 equals negative 10, and look what you get. Negative 10 equals negative 10, and it checks. So that's solving by graphing. Pretty easy because you guys already know how to graph linear equations. The only new thing that you're learning is how to name the solution, which is just the ordered pair where the two lines intersect. Before you come into class today, you may want to Google, just to remind yourself, the area formula of a triangle. You will need the area formula of a triangle on your warm-up next class. Have a great night.